The questions that might be interesting to other people too that are newer to barbershop is what is the difference in the singing style? Like one of the things you said about vibrato, that it's not used that much in barbershop.
Well, I think the main reason is because you're trying to sing a chord that has 4 parts. I mean, that's generally sometimes you, but you sing a chord and it has 4 parts, and you want to get the same kind of vocal production, the same kind of tone, you know, that's uses the right space, place, and phase. But anyway, but you want, because then that's when you get what we call the lock and ring. When you get there, you hear a buzz, you feel a buzz, and there's an overtone generated. If somebody has too much vibrato, you know, then you're adding a note.
I see.
Stop and think about that. Ah, which one of those is? It's adding a note.
It's a fluctuation.
It is totally, exactly. You know, and sometimes quartets can get away with it a little bit more with the lead. You can't do it with the other parts. But sometimes, and we've got some people on our course, you know, that, I mean, they've just taken so much of it out because they've done it for years, you know, but it's just air that keeps that sound coming all the time, and just getting the habit of not, you know, if you just keep the air behind the sound, it, you know, it'll take a lot of the vibrato out. Sometimes leads in quartets, you know, you'll hear them, I wish I were there at the very end, you know, and that doesn't mess anything up. But it's that all the time, especially with the chorus. So that's the main reason.
So somebody singing popular music or opera music or classical or barbershop, would that be the main difference, or are there other?
No, I think that's probably it. When my daughter, she had just been raised around barbershop, and she got to sing a solo at their high school graduation. And she was working on it, and she just had the straightest voice ever because she was a baritone. And so I had to really work with her to put a little bit more vibrato in it.
So as a soloist, that would be
different.
Desirable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's yes, but you can't take 4 parts and ring if you're looking for a lock and ring. But you don't
when
hear.
you say lock, you want the.
I want the chord. I want that chord to lock so that everybody is making the same kind of sound. The vowel has to match perfectly. If I'm singing an ah and you're singing an ah and somebody's singing an it's not gonna, you know. So that's the same thing about
There's
singing.
a lot of elements to
There's
locking
a
that
ton.
chord in.
There's a ton, yeah. I mean, that's why it's not child's play.
No.
And I think the more we learn, the more we realize that. And I think that's why when you realize the challenge, either it's too much for people to stay and want to do it, or they like the challenge. You know, just to see how good I can get with this, or, you know, whatever.
Well, and I sang alto in
Right.
high school and in college, and I'm singing baritone now.
Mhm.
It's a very hard part to hold.
It is.
It doesn't sound anything like the melody. And if people hear you practicing, it doesn't even sometimes sound like a song.
I know.
But when you put it together.
Oh yeah, because we can't sing it without you, you know.
But it's difficult.
It is. It really is. And I think that's the interesting thing. I know some of our people who are baritones, and they have, you know, they got kids growing up, and they go around, you know, singing the baritone part to these songs. They don't know what they're singing, you know. Well, my mommy sings, you know, well, sing me something she sings. Well, they start singing the baritone. I mean, that's what they've heard the learning track of, or, you know, or the recording of all the time. So, but
how has it changed over the years, though, as far as you know more about how to sing with ease?
I think we've just learned a lot about how to. Yes, it's what they teach. Like I said, you know, and vocal music specialists. We've had a lot of people who have had a lot more education. Now, you know, who've become, you know, went back to school and studied vocal pedagogy and things like this, and there again, we're smart enough not just to come in and say this is what I learned at college, but played with it, you know, tried it. What do I have to, you know, how do I accomplish this? And I think that's so you could take. I think that's why we're being more accepted, you know, in in schools, and people are singing, enjoying, more young people are singing barbershop than they used to.
Well, I've noticed
Yeah.
even on America's Got Talent, there's a lot of harmony.
Exactly.
It's
Well,
not only
acapella,
quartets.
no, the
yeah.
whole acapella thing has
Yeah.
been huge. Right.
And it's just beautiful.
Well, it is. It is. And there again, you're gonna hear, less vibrato in those, just because they're working on that close acapella harmony. And there's 5 of them, you want to hear 5 parts. So, yeah, the pentatonics are coming in a week or so, a week and a half. We all, I think about 40 from our chorus have tickets. So,
Here to Columbus.
yeah, at the fair. Yeah, we got tickets eons ago. So anyway, but that's just fun because I think we all like any kind of good harmony.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a gospel music fan.
I love
Southern
gospel music.
Yeah, me too. And I mean, I grew up on that, so that's just, I love it. But I just like harmony. If it's done well. So, but it's interesting because I just can't imagine. Well, being an alto and now singing baritone, but when you're here, today's music, it's hard to sing along with something. There aren't many things that have harmony. I mean, you have to look depending on what kind of music you like, but
I like almost anything.
Yeah, me too. But I think that's why I like some of the country groups because they have some harmony going on. But you don't usually sing the melody. I mean, a lot of times you'll just hum the harmony part, the alto. That's what I like.
It starts to come naturally.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. So I don't know. It's a never-ending learning session. You say I learn every time I go out.
Well, that's why you never got bored.
Well, that's it. That's it. And people say, "Well, what are you doing in your retirement?" I said,
Singing.
I coach and sing. I mean, I love it, and I can't think of doing anything I'd rather do. I mean, I remember I'm also a Christian, and I used to go to small groups things, especially when my mom was living with me, and I always felt guilty because they were involved in this service here, and a lot of them had come to see us perform, and I said sometimes I feel guilty because I'm not in this prayer group and this.
But your ministry is
Well, that's what they said, but just think of the people you minister to all the time, every week.
You don't even think about
when
it.
you perform it, you never think about that, and then you start to see people's faces, and you say, "Wow, this performance meant something to them." Not to mention those of us ourselves, that are performing, and what that means. So I think that's kind of what makes it all worthwhile, It just it makes you feel good all over, and I think I'll give you one more short note. I just get so wrapped up in music, and when I was in Columbus chorus, this lady by the name of Rita Craig had arranged a wonderful arrangement of Autumn Leaves.
Oh, and that's beautiful.
Oh, I love the song, and it's very eerie, and just engulfs you. And we had been learning it, and it was just beautiful, and the harmony was all gorgeous. We'd been working on it in chorus that night, and that was back in the days of tape recorders. So I'm driving. I'm about 45 miles from rehearsal, and I'm driving home, and I'm listening to that song, and I just kept rewinding and listening again. In a minute, I see a red light behind me, and this cop pulls me over. I thought, "What's going on?" And he said, "Excuse me, ma'am, but have you been drinking?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Well, you're driving really erratically. You go fast, and then you go slow, and then you go fast again, and then you slow down." And
Did you sing in the song?
he said, what he said is, it's almost like it has a rhythm to it. And I said,
It
I
does.
am so
Doesn't
embarrassed. I
everything?
said, because I was listening to this gorgeous song that we sang tonight, and it's on my recorder. And I think I got so caught up in the music that I was just, he didn't give me a ticket, but it scared the living
You didn't have
daylights
to
out
sing
of it.
your way
No,
out.
I did sing my way out of it, so it was funny. But I think that's what we all feel when we come away, Even on a bad day at work, it's a great way to end the day. So thank you for asking me all these wonderful questions.
Well, and thank you.
Thanks for sharing your performance stuff with me too, because I love hearing about other disciplines,
Well, whenever you start to talk, you think of something that happened
Right.
to you too.
Exactly.
It's
That's the
always
fun part.
funny stories.
That's what makes life so interesting, I think, so.
So many
So,
people will be happy
No,
to hear this.
good, good.